Hi. How would you like to be, if you're not already, your own best friend, your closest ally in life? That person that you don't have to make an appointment with, that you don't have to clear away a space to be together because you're always with yourself. Because 24/7, there you are. And what you think and how you feel using the path of radical gratitude can really allow you to make some very, very huge steps toward determining what is the life you really want and are here to live, what is still yours to do, to be, and to have in this lifetime. And it can also help you to see where your self-talk may be what I call self-accusing, as opposed to self-soothing. Radical gratitude helps us through deep appreciation and thankfulness to recognize the qualities that we already have, the blessings already delivered to us at birth that make us remarkable, that make us amazing beings of light, of nothing less than remarkable potential. We're walking miracles. And so often in the rush and push of daily life, we forget that. And what happens when we forget that? And what happens when we lapse into old BS, the old belief systems, the old thought patterns, that many times are echoes of a dead and painful past that say too frequently, as I've seen so often in my many, many clients, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not attractive enough, you're not imaginative enough, and it goes on and spirals down from there. Many people had bullies in their childhood. Maybe it was an older brother or sister, maybe it was a cousin, maybe it was a parent. Maybe it was a child on the playground who was hurting and having a bad time at home and engaged in what's known as displaced aggression, where their frustrations and their angers and their rages were suppressed at home because they weren't safe enough to express them for fear of retribution, of punishment, perhaps beatings, or a verbal tongue lashing. And so what they did was they displaced their anger from at home to the playground, to the classroom. And maybe they gave you a message that you were disempowered and that you never would really amount to very much. These messages that become internalized into our thought process, into those neural pathways through neuroplasticity, can be either very damaging to us, or they can be our great liberation point once we realize that that's really what's going on. Our self-talk, our habit pattern of engaging either in the ego that can grip us and pull us down into what I call the sub-basement of consciousness, or those negative messages that are so demeaning and lead to such a deterioration of our self-esteem that we can then pull to us the crazy makers, the narcissists, the drama kings and drama queens, and other people with all sorts of neurotic quirks that can be very hard to deal with, both in our work life and in our love lives and in our family lives. Some people, of course, are so used to doing this to themselves, this negative self-talk, this self-blaming, that it really has become a way of life. The great news, I'm happy to tell you, is that one of the paths that can help you out of this misery is radical gratitude. Because with radical gratitude, you are flipping around the negativity to something very constructive, very loving, very positive, something that has judgment on it, but it's a judgment that is in a bias of the upside of life. The goodness, the innocence, the purity, the positive divine qualities that all of us possess, even though in some people they're kind of hidden and a bit harder to find. Does that mean they're not there? Absolutely not. They're always there. The divine potential, the spark, is always there. Like a pilot light. Sometimes it feels like it might be in danger of going out, but that's an illusion because it's always there. We really are, in our essence, I believe, truly loving beings. And our souls are untouched by outer abuse or family history or suffering or anguish, whatever it is that's happened in our childhood, the bullying I mentioned earlier. You're more than that. You can transcend it. So here is a very brief and very immediately applicable action plan today that I share from my heart to your heart, here and now. Should you choose to use it, I really believe it can help you. It's helped me, and it's helped many, many of my clients over the last 30 years as an intuitive, as a life and love coach and relationship coach. So here we go. How to coexist more effectively within yourself and become your own truly devoted best friend. Golden nugget, number 1 for today that I'd love to share with you. At a time when you can be quiet and become still, ask yourself, go within, take a few clarifying abdominal breaths in, breathing in the light and love of spirit, the light and love of harmony and goodness and peace, and trust that that energy of life, that prana, that chi, that animating energy that controls all of the universes, is working on your behalf. And let it go to any part of your body that could be more relaxed, whether it's your shoulders, your neck, your scalp, your chest, your solar plexus, your abdominal area, your legs, your feet, your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, wherever it might be. Down the spine, on either side, left, right. And know that with every exhalation, you really can let yourself relax. That old tensions and old frustrations are no longer necessary. Thank all of it as you let it go, because once it did serve you and helped you to get to this moment right now, and now you don't need that old fatigue, frustration, or tension anymore. Breathing in the light and love of God with every breath in, knowing that the word inspire literally comes from inspiritus, to take in spirit, to take in the divine. And breathing out all the old tensions, letting them go with every exhalation. And then, golden nugget number 2 for today, make a list of all the qualities you most regard with fondness about yourself. Your kindness, perhaps, your consideration, the fact that you remember birthdays, that you love to celebrate. Maybe that you have a number of hobbies that you're pursuing. Maybe something you've done with someone else where you know that you've been effectively able to help them, to reach out. Whatever it is, it can seem like the smallest thing. That doesn't matter. What matters is deep appreciation and thankfulness. What really matters is that you are now choosing to focus on what is beautiful about you. If you remember back, next golden nugget, to all of the people who you've really loved most in life so far and currently love now, you will notice that there are certain qualities that stand out about those people. Qualities that make you want to be an even better person. Qualities that you want to emulate. And perhaps you've already incorporated into who you are and how you show up in the world. I'm going to ask you to make a list in your mind's eye or heart's eye, or on paper, if that feels more comfortable to you, of those qualities. And then I'm going to ask you that beautiful question: how many of those qualities do you know about of those in yourself? And of all of the qualities, which 2 or 3 of them make you love yourself and accept yourself more than perhaps you did before we started this experience together? These are very important questions. And when you've answered them, just close your eyes for a few moments and continue the breathing process, if it feels right to you, that I've described. And really let yourself integrate those qualities. You might want to breathe in colors that you find to be very soothing and healing right now. Or you may want to regard it as warmth that comes in through the top of your head, through what's known as the crown chakra, and let it come down very slowly and very lovingly and very soothingly into the body temple. Because that's what we really live in. We live in a temple of the divine, known as the human body, a remarkable creation filled with cells that each have their own identity, each have their own work to do, and each function without our even having to give it much thought or consideration. It's automatic. Imagine the blessing in all of that. Doesn't that make you want to be your best friend? Doesn't that make you want to have the best nutrition, the best hydration, the best bed on which to sleep and rest this body temple after a day of living and working and loving and being loved? I think you see where I'm going with this. I think you sense the general direction of it. I hope that this will help you to truly adopt an attitude that is inviolable. Whatever outer circumstances are occurring in your life, there is always a higher purpose and a higher truth. There is always a blessing to be found. Through radical gratitude, being your own best friend, your own closest ally, the person you know you can trust more than anybody else, no matter how close you are to anyone else in this lifetime so far. What an opportunity. What a blessing. How beautiful that you are uniquely you. Until next time, I'm Beverly Banov Brown, and I am wishing you a friendship with yourself and an inviolable bond such as you've never known before. Don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel, Beverly Banov Brown M.S. It's free of charge, and I'm in the process of making many more videos on many more subjects to do with healing and the human experience, and I believe they will be of service to you. I hope they will. Also, if you've enjoyed this, please feel free to leave me a commentary and a like below the YouTube screen if you've enjoyed any part of this, even if you think I'm full of bull. If it gives you something to think about and ponder and re-examine in your own way of being, then I feel it's successful. And if you do agree with me and you want to be in touch, and if you feel that I can help you in your process of really becoming the best friend to yourself that you ever imagined, or beyond what you ever even imagined, don't hesitate to connect with me. I love to hear from you, and I make it an effort as time permits to answer everyone individually. Until next time, many, many blessings. Namaste. I bow to the light that is in all of us. Bye for now.